be good. People talk themselves into Miami being good because it's what we all grew up with, and all of us wanted to rock that Miami starter pullover with Sebastian and his pipe on the back. But Miami actually isn't good, hasn't been good, and won't be good. Because in fact, they don't have what it takes to, you guessed it, be good anymore. Tennessee does. Huge fan base, only game in town, huge stadium, huge dollars. Should be good. Michigan, the stadium, the brand, the wildly popular fan base should be good. Haven't won Big Ten in 15 years. Is Ohio State's bitch. Guys, I'm sorry. We're also right. But we're on the cusp. Right. Got it. Like you were on the cusp of making the varsity team. You didn't. Stop. USC's the same thing. It has it all in theory. It's all there. But it's not real. It's not. Here's the USC I grew up with. They sucked. They sucked. They were a joke. They were a 6-6 RJ Sauer. They were garbage. And then they continued to be garbage. And then Pete Carroll took over. And we all know how it went. And certain people got houses and things. And then all of a sudden Pete Carroll was able to get out before, the cops showed up, so to speak, the NCAA 5-0. But the reality is they've had one nice run in a quarter of a century. It's a long time to go back to Charles White and O.J. Simpson. In fact, your parents weren't alive for it. So, it's there a special classification of school that like, should be good, but isn't. And I don't want to hear about how they're going to turn it around, because you've been telling me they're going to turn it around for 20 years for Tennessee, 15 for Michigan, and a decade plus for USC. Nobody's trying to hear it. Tier 3, you're an also ran. Because the teams above you, like I would have Penn State and Wisconsin, are Tier 2. Why? They win big games. They make the Big Ten championship game. They've made the Rose Bowl in spades, and they are consistently doing something. Tier 2. There's only one Tier 1 in the Big Ten. It's Ohio State. That's the big one. That's daddy. In the Pac-12, it's the same thing. There's one possible Tier 1. It's Oregon. But the shine has kind of come off a little bit. And I think Cristobal's doing a really good job there. And they got that Nike money. That sweet, sweet Nike money. But they're not what they were originally. They're not as daunting. They're not as scary. And they're not playing for national team. Down south, it's different. You can have multiple Tier 1s. And LSU probably is a Tier 1, but we just want to see a little more because you're worried that it's the lightning in the bottle, Burrow, Brady, one-year deal. For Clemson to be a Tier 2 blows the entire credibility of Colin Cowherd's list, because Clemson is in fact the best football program. The best. Only team that year in, year out goes toe-to-toe with Bama, and in fact, de-pants them. Fun. You know what else they did? Humiliated Urban Meyer so badly, he fired his OC and hired a new one. It's Tier 1. I know the SEC sucks. I get it. Free ride? Maybe. They get to the big stage, and they put on the big boots. But I don't want to hear... I am just so sick and damn tired of this imaginary theme that we play with Michigan and Tennessee and USC and frankly, Texas. And I get it, McConaughey's super cool in a weird way, but he's cool, and I wish he was on Michigan State sidelines and just going, all right, all right, all right. Guess what? Texas blows. I mean, they're a shoo-in to just lose games they shouldn't lose. I mean, am I like imagining things, or did I watch them play Kansas last year and end up squeaking out a W in Lawrence? Maybe I'm hallucinating. The point is, it's always about what they're gonna do and never about what they are. You know the Texas I grew up with? Garbage. They had one cool year with James Brown at quarterback and John Malkovich as their coach. Dr. Pepper Big 12 title game. It was a big thing when it finally happened. Guys, they went a lot of lean years down there. They fired a lot of coaches, and it's a long way from Mac Brown and Vince Young. You want to do the tiers, it's about really what you've done in the last 5 to 10 and what you may do over the next 2 to 3. Anything other than that is just doing what you hope to be true or what you remember was true. Read some damn text. You want to find a way to get me angry. You do one of these damn lists.
But here's this
happy horse
lie, though. Mike, you know what Colin's doing. He knows by saying this, it's going to get a reaction out of people. That's why he put USC in there, because he knows by doing something crazy like that, it's going to get people all over the country talking about it.
I'll tell you what the problem is.
That's what he's doing.
No, but this is my issue. Colin is too talented to take the lazy route. Too talented. Too
Want to hear his reasoning?
You don't need to be lazy. You don't need to do that. You don't need to be provocative for the sake of being provocative. You don't have to do the hot take. You know who does that? People who aren't very talented. Just lay it out. The hot takeism is really just not a big, that's not a good look.
There's 4 programs in America that are just different. Bama, Ohio State, Oklahoma, and SC in the East. Forget the fact that all won national titles with 3 different head coaches. But if every college football program in America had their best coach ever, these 4 would dominate the sport. It doesn't matter who coaches LSU and Georgia. If Alabama's got Saban, they dominate the conference. It doesn't matter who coaches Texas. Mac Brown was at Texas for a long time, 15 years. You know how many times he won the Big 12? Twice. Bob Stoops won it 10 times. Oklahoma's the better football program. If Oklahoma's got their best coach ever, and Texas has theirs, Oklahoma wins the conference. Doesn't matter who's coaching Michigan. If Ohio State's got an Urban Meyer or a Woody Hayes, they win the conference. They dominate the conference going forward. They're just more of a recruiting power. Same with USC. They've been down for like 8 years. If USC's got their best coaches ever, John McKay or Pete Carroll, doesn't matter how good Oregon or Washington or UCLA are, they dominate the conference. There's only 4 of those.
Wow, great. So I used to have Benny Oosterbaan here, so that affects my ability to win now. I don't even know what that's. You know what? I give up. I give up. Now listen, obviously, he has relationships with the USC program. He's friends with the Darnolds. Like, come on. Or are we kidding here? But like enough. Just enough. Do I like it when USC's good? Yes. Is life better when USC's good? Yes. Do I wish I went to USC? Abso-freaking-lutely. But enough. They are a woeful underachiever. And really the only run they've had in the post-BCS era involved rampant cheating. Check, please. Marmalade.
Look, if he's going to say, or if you're going to do a tier, hey, this is my 2020 college football tier rankings, there does have to, there should be, I know he said there was as well, but there should be some element of recent success, not just this arbitrary, well, if they have the best coach, they're going to be dominating the conference. There needs to be the criteria of what have you done lately type thing too. And I know, USC would just not even be in there. I think Georgia would be in there. Clemson would be a number in the tier 1. But I don't get any. I would put LSU in tier 1 right now. I know what he's doing because, like you said, it's hot take stuff, and he knows by putting SC in there, it's going to get a ton of reaction. But no, USC is not. From a brand, sure, they're a big brand, but doesn't mean they're a tier 1 football program right now. Same with Texas, same with Michigan, all of those.
You can give me some ticket text. I'll do a damn ranking system if you want. I guarantee it'll make a hell of a lot more sense than his. But it isn't going to have any hot takes. No, I'm just saying. It doesn't. Why? Here's what I'd like to ask. I want to ask my audience, our audience, why do you need hot takes? It's like I just started the show. Why can't it just be what it be? Like, I like to think I don't do hot takes because I back them up with things that are sensible. Now, some of you will accuse me of hot takes, but that's just because you disagree. This is not me disagreeing with Colin. This is just factual. You can't put USC there when they haven't made a fart noise in a decade. And oh, by the way, the only thing we talk about is how they're going to fire Clay Helton. What's in it?
Okay, but if they had Pete Carroll, they're going to win the conference.
let me hand people mansions. I could win a conference, too.
What should the criteria... Well, I can ask you that next. I'll run more time. About the actual criteria.
Fine. And we can do some ticket tags. 97.1.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJ AM 950 Traffic Center, this report brought to you by your local Lexus dealers. A car fire is affecting the right lane and shoulder 696 eastbound at 75. Traffic is stop and go from before Woodward. Also, an accident has just been cleared in Sterling Heights Metro Parkway westbound at Shaner. Brought to you by Lexus. Where will you go first? Whether on familiar streets or off to unknown roads, wherever you may go, Lexus welcomes you there. With an exceptional offer of 0% APR for 60 months on all 2020 models. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer. I'm Michelle Pena with traffic.
It's easy to get all the best groceries in town in one trip when you shop at Meijer. Find everything your family needs, from fresh produce to everyday products at low Meijer prices. Save with weekly deals going on now, like small avocados for only 77 cents and Tide liquid laundry detergent for $8.99 with M-Perks. Get all the things you love for all the people you love, all in one place. At Meijer. Some exclusions apply. See all the deals in the Meijer app.
Cheering on each other while we wait to cheer on our favorite teams. Working on the front lines or working safely from home. This is what it looks like to move Detroit forward. The Coppercraft Distillery team crafts award-winning spirits, but during this season, they've also produced and donated hand sanitizer to keep our community safe. Check out Coppercraft's convenient canned cocktails and look forward to the day when we can enjoy them alongside fans and friends again. Learn more at coppercraftdistillery.com. Together, we're moving Detroit forward.
Jay Farner here, CEO of Rocket Mortgage. Making the right financial decisions has never been more important. When you turn to Rocket Mortgage, we can help guide you to those right decisions now, when they matter most. Mortgage rates are near historic lows, so now is a great time to call 8338-ROCKET. And if you need some extra money, a cash-out refinance could give you that financial boost you're looking for. Call today at 8338-ROCKET or go to rocketmortgage.com to learn more.
Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030.
They started Untuck It to create the perfect untucked shirts. But along the way, they had other great ideas too, like super comfortable polos that come out of the dryer looking crisp and wrinkle-free and always hit at the just right length. Today, you can save 25% off all polos, from traditional peak to performance styles that wick moisture. So even when it's hot in the shade, you'll feel cool and dry in an Untuck It polo. There's no better time to try their famous polos. Save 25% on all polo styles at your local Untuck It store today and untuckit.com.
This hour of instant feedback brought to you by Mike Pecora of National Benefit Plans. For affordable life insurance, log on to nbphealth.com.
Big things happen in Detroit sports. You hear it first on Detroit's #1 sports station, 97.1 The Ticket. Breaking news powered by Radio.com Sports and brought to you by the Dell Technologies Small Business Podference. Go listen at radio.com/Dell. WXYT FM and WXYT HD1 Detroit. The Radio.com sports station. Sports headlines. All day, every day. From the Hall Financial Sports Desk. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
NASCAR has released the pictures of the noose found at the trailer of Bubba Wallace. NASCAR President Steve Belt says they conducted a thorough sweep of all 29 tracks where they raced 1,684 garage stalls, and they found only 11 total ropes that had a pull-down rope tied in a knot and just one noose. Earlier in the week, the FBI conducted an investigation. They concluded no hate crime was committed. The Detroit Tigers are getting set to make their way to Comerica Park for spring training number 2. Manager Ron Gardenhire has had cancer and diabetes, so is he nervous about managing this season in the midst of a pandemic?
To say I'm uneasy, yeah, I am. I don't want to get sick. I don't want my wife to get sick. I don't want my family. I don't want anybody to get sick. Is it a risk? Absolutely. There's risk involved in this. We all know it, and we're willing to go try to do this thing. I would never want to jump ship with my team. But we're going to, hopefully do everything right as far as protocol goes and take care of each other and keep everybody healthy as best we possibly can. I'm definitely a little uneasy about it.
The Tigers have notified Alex Wilson he'll be released tomorrow when the league lifts its transaction freeze. Michigan State basketball coach Tom Izzo has been named the coach of the the Decade by the Big Ten Network. The Spartans went 264-95 through the decade, won home to 3 Final Fours. Match your ticket update more at 5 or go to 971theticket.com or radio.com.
Give me some of the ticket text. And now I'm going to get to the Kaepernick stuff. Because, again, you want to talk about another ridiculous thing going on right now. It's the rhetoric. Less talk, more walk. I'll explain. The ticket text first, please.
Yeah, USC absolutely does not belong in Tier 1. They'd probably be Tier 3 right now. How hard is it?
Tennessee, USC, Michigan, all Tier 3. That's not an insult. It's a statement of where you're at. You can't argue it. It sucks. I know. It hurts your feelings. Here, it makes you feel any better. MSU is Tier 12. All right? It's whatever. You just got to know where you are.
Like, where would you put Notre Dame? I know they haven't won a national championship in 30 years, but they have made the playoff.
Yes, and that's the barometer. Now, here's what bothers me. What bothers me with Notre Dame is not playing a conference title. I can't work my way around it. I can't work my way around that. While you play, think about this. Do you know how hard it is to prepare for a 13th game? And it's probably against a team you faced. And it's probably a top 10 matchup. Do you know how difficult an ask that is? And while the teams who make their conference championship games have to do that, Notre Dame gets to sit home and watch Rudy. That is just, I am done with the Notre Dame thing. I know they signed the ACC contract to play the 4 or 5 teams a year. Do me a favor, just join the stupid conference and go away. Put them in the opposite division as Clemson. Done. But you got to join it. I can't take it. This isn't West Point. This isn't Navy. This isn't, a service academy may operate independently because of different reasons, like their other sports can't compete at the Power 5 level. But even then, Navy's in a conference. Isn't Navy in the Happy Action Fun Time deal? Yeah, they're in the American. Army was in Conference USA for like 10 minutes, and they got their teeth kicked in. But again, Navy basketball, men's and women's, Navy this and Army that, they can't compete at the big level. Football's the only thing they can do. That's not the case with Notre Dame. Although I will tell you, the way their basketball team's playing lately. Oh boy.
Why didn't Colin mention Bo Schembechler? He dominated the conference for years.
Did he? All he did was maybe get out and then get crushed in his bowl game.
Mike, Michigan is one of the top 5 biggest brands in college football. They deserve to be in one of the top tiers. It's not just about winning.
No. It is. Second of all, I agree with you. I think you're one of the 5 signature brands in college football. I don't deny that. Now, if how many hats you sell brings you to completion, that's on you. I prefer wins.
This gets people talking, gets more social media engagement. That's why he puts USC in the top tier, I think. Mike, are you going to bring back the Valenti Power Index?
Oh, the good old VPI. Yeah, if we have college football season, sure, whatever you want.
Where would you put Michigan State in tiers right now?
What are there, 16 schools on this list? Not amongst them. See, here's the thing. I think this is what upsets people with me. You can't get me in these arguments because even in my own house, my alma mater, my school, right? I'm every bit as unforgiving. See, here's how quickly it can all unravel. 2 years. 2 years is all it takes. And you're off your pedestal. Think of it as a high-speed train, right? Like one of those fancy bullet trains you see in Europe. That's how fast college football moves. And when you fall off that train for 2 years, it's hundreds, thousands of miles away, right? Michigan State from 2009, 2010, through the 2015 Zenith, was one of the 7 to 10 best college football programs in America. They were a power. They won the Big Ten multiply. They played for it 4 times. They won, 11 games or more, 5 out of 6 years. They won big bowl games, made the playoff, right? Beat 2 of Ohio State's best teams. They were a great program. 2 years later, they were off the perch. And 5 years later, they're in the Badlands of college football. Michigan State is West Virginia. Michigan State is Ole Miss. Michigan State is Pittsburgh. That's the best part, is you get all, angry about what I say about Michigan, but the reality is I'm holding the same burden of proof for my school. Why would I change it for years? But what about the Jordan brand? I don't care. You are one of the 5 big brands. I never deny it. I've never argued it. But that is just but a very small piece to what we're talking about.
Mike, I think Clemson deserves to be in Tier 2. I think their success recently has been fantastic, but overall, they're not at Tier 1. It's been more recent success in the past 10 years than anything.
Okay, but hold on. This is the problem. Clemson has had such a 5-year, 6-year run. It's such a level of success. I mean, you're talking about a 4-year spread. 4 years. Just the last 4. But I can go even further. If you go, let me frame this for everybody. I want to do this in a very sexy manner. All right, 5-year run. Go deeper. Let's just use the last 5 years. How many football games has Clemson lost in 5 years? 5 years. And it's a grand total. Okay, I'm going to give you a total number of games. 73 games, I believe. God, I wish I was better at math. Hold on a second. Let me make sure I had this right, or people are going to take a text in and they're going to kill me. They're going to kill me. Oh, here we go. I got to hit a little button here. We got a little technology. Let's get this done right. All right. I think it's 73, so it's right here. I'm going to count out loud because it is. 73? All right. 5 years, 73 games. How many games did they lose? 6. 5. 14-1, 14-1, 12-2, 15-0, 14-1.
Yeah, it's remarkable. It's like Michigan.
Won the Orange Bowl, won the national title, lost the Sugar Bowl, won the Cotton, won the national title, won the Fiesta, won the national title. They have lost the national title. They have played for the national title 4 of the last 5 years, won it twice. Guys, now, what preceded those seasons, you ask? Okay, and this is where I'm going to get you in the little tiger trap, the little bear trap, right? I got your foot, as Terry used to say. Here's what they did in the years prior. Tell me if these seasons sound familiar, Michigan fans. 10-4, 11-2, 11-2, 10-3. Guys, they haven't won less than 10 football games in a decade. And they've only won less than 11 twice. Guys, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? In the playoff era, they are the playoff era.
See, but that's the thing. I don't get these ticket texters, because I thought the tiers that Colin is talking about and that we're discussing is recent memory, okay? We're not doing an historical tier here. Because if that's the case, Nebraska should be up there in Tier 1. Miami should be up there in Tier 1. Florida State should be up there in Tier 1. We're not talking about historical. And me, I'm a Michigan fan. But I get sick and tired of Michigan fans calling up about history, okay? I hate talking about history. We're talking about right now, today, this era, playoff era, right now.
Look at this. I mean, David, I gave you a 10-year prospectus. I gave you a 5-year. I mean, the 5-year alone. Look at that record. 14 wins, 28, 38, 40, 55, 69 wins in 5 years. 69 and 5. And this guy doesn't have the tier 1. But I gotta listen to USC? USC? Are you kidding me? I mean, it's funny, like I cited, when you look at USC, kind of like, here's USC. Tell me the last time they had years of relevance, plural. 8 and 5, 5 and 7, 11 and 3, 10 and 3, 8 and 6, 9 and 4, 10 and 4, 7 and 6, 10 and 2, 8 and 5, 9 and 4. Oh, hey, look, we're back in the last decade. 12 and 1, 11 and 2, 11 and 2, 12 and 1, 13 and 0, 12 and 1. Guys, been over a decade. Here's what you've done the last, dozen or so years. Big win in the Emerald Bowl. Then 2 years where you weren't allowed in one because you're a bunch of cheats. Sun Bowl loss, Las Vegas Bowl win, who could forget it? Holiday Bowl win, Holiday Bowl loss, Rose Bowl win, very nice. Cotton Bowl loss, no bowl, and then drop the Holiday Bowl. Do me a favor. Go somewhere else. Ridiculous.
These people, they're not paying attention because in recent memory, by the time USC plays Stanford, which is like the second game of Pac-12 play, they have like 2 losses already.
Correct.
So you cannot sit here and call them a tier 1 team program.
And you can't just keep someone there because they used to be there. Right. This is a fluid situation. Crazy. All right, I got that off my chest. Let's get to the Kaepernick stuff. 97.
24 monthly, says 10,500 miles a year. No security deposit. Total due at signing. F-150, $2,874. Fusion, $2,099. Easy plan for returning less season, including Ford Select inventory rebates. Plus tax, title, license, and tone. With approved financing through Ford Credit. Ends July 6, 2020.
Brian Godfrey, I heard the Pat Milliken Ford showroom is now open. Is that true?
It is. We're excited to welcome Metro Detroit drivers back into our showroom, and we're taking extra precautions to ensure our customers' safety while at the dealership.
That's great to hear. And your customers can still buy online if they choose, correct?
Absolutely. Our goal is to help you find the right Ford safely and affordably, no matter which way you buy.
And right now, you have great savings going on. Lease a new 2020 Ford F-150 XLT Super Crew 4x4 Milliken Express price for $149 a month. Or a new 2020 Ford Fusion